class we are going to see about chained exception, multi-catch, rethrow, stack trace element. Okay. So first we are going to see about the chained exception. So what is the use of a chained exception now? So the Java library provides a facility, Java language provides a facility for you to specify the cause of a particular exception. Cause of a particular exception. The chained exception allows to associate another exception with an exception. For example, in an arithmetic exception, the code which is there in the try block is throwing an arithmetic exception. But what is the reason for that exception? That you can associate. That is possible with the help of a chained exception only. So what reason it may throw arithmetic exception? For example, the input which is given by you may be 0, and there may be divide by 0 exception, divide by 0 problem. Because of that, it throws arithmetic exception. So the reason behind an arithmetic exception you can specify. That is known as a chained exception. Okay. And for that, we are going to see one example program. And before that, what and all we can go for using to specify chained exception. Now we can use two constructor. We'll be using two constructor and two methods in a chained exception. So what is the two constructor now? These two are the two constructor which we'll be using. So for an exception, the super class is throwable. For exception class, super class is throwable. Okay. So we can use these two constructor which is available in the throwable class. Throwable, cause exe. Cause exe na the reason for raising that particular exception. The reason for raising that particular exception. And another constructor is throwable string msg, throwable cause exe. So here you are specifying the reason, cause of the particular exception, as well as you will be specifying the description about that particular cause. You will be specifying the description about that particular cause also. So in the case of a chained exception, we are going to use two constructor and we can use two methods. We can use two constructor and we can use two method in order to handle the chained exception. Okay. So the two constructors are available in the throwable class. So exception is a class whose super class is throwable. Exception is a subclass of a throwable class. So you can call the constructor which is available in the throwable class. So two constructors are provided by the throwable class. First one is throwable, the object itself, parameter itself, throwable cause exe. Next one is throwable string msg, throwable cause exe. Okay. So these two constructors you can use it. And you can use two methods. So what are the two methods now? You see, get cause, init cause. So get cause method, its return type is throwable. That is an object of throwable. Init cause is a method, its return type is throwable. Okay, it is an object of a throwable. Okay, so init cause, there you will be specifying the cause for that particular exception. Okay. So get cause is a method that returns an exception that underlies the current exception. If there is no underlying exception, then null is returned. So get cause will return the reason for that particular exception. So then what is the init cause method does now? Init cause method associate the cause of that particular exception with the invoking exception and returns the reference to the exception. Okay, and we are going to see one example program. So I am going to execute this program here in online compiler. So here also in this example also, just to you have to understand the concept how the chained exceptions works. Okay, so you are not going to find a solution for any complex problem. Okay. Only 77 students are there. Okay. So in the case of chained exception, I have defined one class with the name of a chained exe demo. Okay. And within that class, I am having the main one method. Okay. So the method name is demoproc. The method name is demoproc here. So static void demoproc. Static void demoproc. Demoproc is the method name. Void is a return type. Static is a to state that this method is a static method so that it can be called with a class name with the help of a class name. Okay. All are coming now only. So here demoproc method, within that what I am doing, just 3-line code I have given. Null pointer exception E is equal to new null pointer exception of top layer. So I have created an exception, object of an exception. E is an object of a null pointer exception. E is an object of a null pointer exception. Okay. And then I want to tell what is the reason for this null pointer exception. I want to first specify what is the reason for this null pointer exception. I can specify the cause of this null pointer exception by using init cause method. And you see the next line, e dot init cause new arithmetic exception cause. So I am stating that the reason for null pointer exception is arithmetic exception. So init cause. So arithmetic exception is the reason for the null pointer exception that I am specifying. And then I am throwing that particular exception E. Is there any doubt with this method? Is there any doubt with this method?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So I am repeating again. This is a simple program to know the concept of chained exception. You are understanding the concept. For that only you are studying the program. That program for any topics in Java, you have to write the concept, that is definition, then you have to write the program and you have to give the explanation of the program. Okay. And here you are studying just the concept. You are not going to find any solution for any logical complex problems. Okay. So this is an example program for a chained exception. I have defined a class with the name of chain exe demo. So chain exe demo is a class name. Class is a keyword, public is an access specifier. Here, first I am having one method. So the name of the method is demoproc. Its return type is void and it is a static method. Static method can be called with the help of class name. If you are calling within the same class, you can directly specify the method name to call that particular method. Okay. So within this method, I am having 3 lines of statement. In the first line, I am creating an object of a null pointer exception. I am creating an object of a null pointer exception. Object creation is similar in all the cases. So class name, object name is equal to new class name of, that is calling constructor. Okay. So null pointer exception is a class name. E is an object. New is used to allocate the memory. Null pointer exception of top layer, I am calling the constructor. Okay. So second line, here I have generated a null pointer exception E. So I want to specify the reason for E. I want to specify the reason or the cause of the particular null pointer exception. How can I do that? Means by using the init cause method. So for the exception E, that is a null pointer exception, the cause is, the reason is new arithmetic exception. E dot init cause new arithmetic exception. So the reason for E exception is, the reason for null pointer exception is arithmetic exception. That I am specifying by using the method init cause. Then I am throwing that particular exception E. Okay. So next I am having my main method. So what is there in the main method? I am having one try block and one catch block. If you are seeing the coding, more or less the previous two programs also has the same set of code, and with the slight changes only we are seeing each and every concept. We are seeing each and every concept by doing some slight changes with the same program. Okay, if you are seeing, this is the third program we are dealing with the demo proc method. Okay, so I'm having the main method, and here I'm having a try block. So this is my try block, and within the try block I am calling the method demo proc. I'm calling the method demo proc, and that demo proc is going to throw an exception. What exception it is going to throw? Anyone can tell? What exception will be thrown by demo proc?
Null pointer exception.
Yes, that one girl only listening to the class. Here only I told demo proc method. Just now I explained demo proc method. Here we are creating an object of a null pointer exception. E is an object of null pointer exception. That E only I am throwing here. So E is a null pointer exception. So in the try block I am calling demo proc method. The demo proc method is going to throw null pointer exception. So respective catch block, this catch block will be executed. So what is there in the catch block? System.out.println caught. What you caught? You caught the exception E. Okay. So that E I am displaying. Okay. And system.out.println the original cause. The reason for the cause of the particular null pointer exception E. That cause I want to specify. Okay. How can I get that now? E dot get cause. Get cause is a method that gives a reason for that particular exception. Okay, the reason for null pointer exception. What is the cause of a null pointer exception?
Arithmetic exception.
Yes, the reason
Arithmetic expression we gave.
the reason for null pointer exception, the cause of a null pointer exception, I have specified here as a arithmetic exception. So here I'll get a arithmetic exception. Okay, so let me execute this program. And you see what I'm having? Cart. So this line I got within the double quote I have given cart. E means in the system.out.println if they have given E, that is an object. In that case it displays the description about that particular object. Description here is java.lang.null pointer exception top layer. Okay, and then you see the second line of output, original cause, that I have given the double quote, so that I am displaying here in the output, and then I am giving E dot get cause. So E dot get cause, that method returns this value, that is java.lang.arithmetic exception cause. Is there any doubt with this program?
No, ma'am.
Only 2 girls are responding. What about others?
No doubts, ma'am.
Is there any doubt? Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
No voice.
No doubts, ma'am. You can proceed.
Okay. Thank you. And next we are going to see about the multi-cache. So where that multi-cache is available now? Multi-cache is a facility or the added facility that is available from JDK 7. So JDK 7 actually support 3 new features. JDK 7 support 3 new features. First one is automate the process of releasing a resource such as a file when it is no longer needed. Needed. So these 3 are the features that is available with JDK 7. So the first one is automate the process of releasing a resource such as a file when it is no longer needed. And the second one is multi-cache. And the third one is rethrow. So either you can have final rethrow or just rethrow. Okay. So three features are provided from JDK7. Okay, so one among that is multi-catch. We are going to see one example program of an multi-catch. Okay, and about the rethrow, I have already given a program. So what do you mean by rethrow now? You will be in the try block, you will be throwing an exception that will be catched in one catch block. From there again you will be throwing that particular exception. That is known as a rethrow. So try block throws one exception that is catched in one catch block. Okay. So from there it is again throwing it. It is known as a rethrow. Okay. So about this automate the process of releasing a resource, that we are going to see in the case of a file. In the case of a file. So the next half of our third unit is a IO basics. There we are going to see about automatic releasing of resources. Automatic releasing of resources example we are going to see in the next topic, that is IO basics. Okay, while dealing with the files. Okay. So now, so among these three features, extra features that JDK7 is having, rethrow, that example program already we have seen, and multi-catch, now we are going to see about this automated resource release, that we are going to see in the IO basics. Okay. So multi-catch. So within a single catch block, you can able to catch more than one exception. Within a single catch block, you can able to catch more than one exception. So I'll be executing that program in the online compiler. Actually, okay, let me give different input and I'll be trying. Okay, so multi-catch, the name itself implies that within one catch block, you can give more than one exception names. Till now, we have seen each exception will have one catch block. So here, by using R symbol, you can able to give more than one exception in a single catch block. Okay, and you see here, my class name is multi-catch. So class is a keyword, public is an access specifier. Public is an access specifier, class is a keyword, class name is multi-catch. So here I am having my main method. Here I am having my main method. Public static void main string argument. So I have declared two variables, int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 0. And I have specified one integer array, int c of is equal to, within the curly braces I have given 1, 2, 3. So C is an integer array. What is the size of an integer array C?
3.
3.
Yes, what is the size of an array?
3, ma'am.
3. Am I audible?
3, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Audible, ma'am.
Okay. So the size of an array C is 3. Why means I have stored 3 values. So size of that particular array is 3 only. Okay. And I am having a try block here. You see, this is my try block. Only 2 line of code I am having in the try block. So this is my try block. Okay. So what I am having in the try block, int result is equal to A divided by B. What is the value of A?
10.
Yes.
10.
10. Your voice is very low, ma. And then what is the value of B?
0.
0. So 10 divided by 0. And what type of exception will be thrown?
Ma'am, arithmetic exception.
It throws an arithmetic exception. Okay. And you see the next line, C of 10 is equal to 19. And is there any location, 10th location?
No.
What is the size of an array C?
3.
3. Size of an array C is 3 only, but I am trying to access the 10th location. So it is not possible. It is what type of exception will be thrown?
Arithmetic exception. Out of bounds.
No, array index out of
Array
bounds
index out of bounds.
exception. So this line, that is result is equal to A by B, that throws arithmetic exception. The next line, C of 10 is equal to 19, that line throws array index out of bound exception. But in the first line itself, it throws an arithmetic exception. So second line will not be executed.
Not be
Second
executed.
line will not be executed. Here itself, it throws an arithmetic exception. So it will come out of the try block and it will go and search, is there any catch block or not? So here you see there is a one catch block. There is one catch block. So you see here catch arithmetic exception, and I have used the pipe symbol. This is a pipe symbol. It is used to specify OR. It is used to specify the logical operation OR. Okay. So here that if the try block is going to throw arithmetic exception or the try block is going to throw array index out of bound exception, in both the cases, the same catch block will be executed. That is a multi-catch. So in the same, only one catch block I am having, and I have specified two exceptions by using the OR symbol. Okay. So if the try block throws arithmetic exception, same catch block will be executed. If the try block throws array index out of bound exception, same catch block is going to be executed. Okay. So system.out.println exception caught I have given within the double quote, and I am printing E. If I give E, it gives a description about that particular exception. Okay. Let me execute this. Okay. And here you see what I am having in the output, exception caught, that I have given in the double quote. Okay. And E, what it is printing for E, java.lang.arithmetic exception divide by 0. And then after the catch block, it executes this last line also. Here I am having system.out.println after multi-catch. So that line also I will get in the output. Is there any doubt with this? Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
I am expecting yes or no from everyone. Why can't you unmute and tell? I am getting response from only 2 girls and maybe 1 boy. What about all others? Kalyan Chakravarti left the meeting. Swarupa left the meeting.
Present only, ma'am.
What you said?
I am in meeting only, ma'am.
So here I'll be changing one output here. Let me have instead of b is equal to 0, whether the compiler is visible to you.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, now what I am doing, same program only, int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 2 I have given. 2, b equal to 2 I have given. So in the try block I am having int result is equal to a by b. What is the value of a?
10.
10. What is the value of b?
2.
2. So it works and the result is 5. That 5 will be stored into the variable result. Okay. And then I'm having C of 10 is equal to 19. What is the size of an array C?
3.
3. And so I'm trying to access the 10th location, but it is not there. So what exception will be thrown?
Array index out of bounds.
Array index out of bound exception. So in that case also it will come and execute the same catch block. You see, I am executing now. So in the previous values, we got arithmetic exception. Now we got null pointer exception. You see what I got in the output? Exception caught java.lang.array index out of bound exception. Okay. And second line after multi-catch. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as I said, rethrow. Sometimes we may need to rethrow an exception in Java. If a catch block cannot handle a particular exception, it has caught. we can rethrow that particular exception. The exception expression causes the originally thrown object to be rethrown. So as I told, you are having one try block. The try block is going to throw one exception. That is caught in the catch block. From that catch block, you will be again throwing the same exception. So that is rethrow. And the last topic in the exception handling is a stack trace element. So what is a stack trace element now? If you want to know what are the pending method calls which is available in your program, what are the pending method calls which is available in your program, if you want to know, you can go for using stack trace element. Okay, a stack trace is a listing of all pending method calls at a particular point in the execution of a program. At any point of time, what are the method calls that are pending? If you want to know that, then you can go for using the stack trace. So stack trace gives a listing of all pending method calls at a particular point in the execution of a program. Okay. So for example, while if you are trying to write any program and you are there, you may be having many methods. From one method, you'll be calling another method. From that method, you'll be calling another method. Like that, you keeps on doing. Okay. So at any point of time, if you want to know what all the method calls are in pending, so that you can able to get with the help of a stack trace. Okay. So in that case, you'll be using the method which is named as a get stack trace. So get the stack trace method. That method is available with the throwable class. So by using get stack trace method, you can able to get an array of a stack trace element object. That array only has how many methods are in pending. Okay. So actually this 3 lines you can go for using. Okay. So first you have to create an object of a throwable class. So throwable T is equal to new throwable, and then here you see using that object we are calling get the stack trace method. T dot get the stack trace method. That is going to return an array. So that I am going to store here in a stack trace element. The array name is frames. So this frames array has what are all the methods that are in pending state. That is available with this array frames. Okay. Then if you want to work on that particular pending methods data, then you can go for taking each and every element which is present in that frames array, and you can do analysis over that. This is an analysis code. In this place you can have. So this for loop syntax you already know. So frames is an array. From there it takes each element and that is placed into frame. Okay. Frame is an object of a stack trace element. And we are going to see one example program for this. So I am going to execute this in the online compiler. So here the example program which we are considering is a factorial, recursive calling of a factorial. Finding factorial of a number recursively. Okay, so here I am going to use a scanner class. So I have imported the package java.util. Okay. So the class name is stack trace test. So I am having one method here. So the method starts from here and it ends here. Okay. So the method name is factorial. So this is the method, recursive method. This is an recursive calling of a method. Okay. So if you are calling a method within the same method, if you are calling the same method again and again, then it is known as a recursive calling, recursive method. Okay. So here factorial is a method name, and for the one parameter is there, that is int n. Its return type is int, and it is a static method. And the access specifier which I have used here is a public. Okay. And then here I am having system.out.println factorial double code la whatever I am giving within the double code, that will be displayed on the screen as it is. N, the value of the variable n, and then close bracket. Okay. So int r is equal to 0, and the 3 line I told now throwable. And I want to know what all the methods are pending. What all the methods are pending. It is a recursively you are calling now. At every point of time, how many methods are in pending, that you will come to know by using the 3 line I told. So first we are creating an object of a throwable class. Next, by using that object, we are calling get stack trace method, that is going to return method which is in a pending state, that I am going to store into a frames array. Okay, it is an array of a stack trace element, and then from that array I am taking each element and I am displaying that element here. Okay, so is there any doubt up to this? Is there any doubt up to this in this program?
No, ma'am.
I am repeating
No, ma'am.
again. So I have imported java.util package. Why means I am going to use a scanner class. I am going to create a scanner class object. Okay. So the class name here is a stack trace test. Class is a keyword. Public is an access specifier. Here I am having one method, that is factorial. Factorial is the method name. Int is a return type. It is having one parameter, that is n. And it is a static method. The access specifier is public. So here just I am displaying the n value. N value I am displaying. So within the system.out.println factorial double code, within a double code I have given factorial, and then I am displaying the value of n, and I am closing that bracket within the double code. And I have declared one variable r, that is initialized to the value 0. And as I told, these 4 lines, these 3 lines are the basic. Okay. So in the 4th line, just I am displaying what are the pending methods are there. Okay. So if you want to know what are the pending methods are there, in that case, 3 steps you have to follow. First is you have to create an object of a throwable class. Then with that object, you have to call the get stack trace method, that is going to return an array of a frames. So array of a stack trace element. So here the array name is a frame. In that array, stack trace element array, I am storing all the pending methods. Then by using this for loop, I am taking each pending method from this array frames that I am placing into f, and then that f I am displaying. That's it. This code is, this 4 line of code is important for a stack trace element. Rest is similar to a method definition. Okay. Yeah, our goal is to find a factorial. So for finding factorial, usually we will follow this code only for the recursive method. So if n is less than or equal to 1, r is equal to 1. Else r is equal to n into factorial of n minus 1. System.out.println return r, okay, and then return r. So the r value is printed here, and the r value is returned by this method. Okay. And this all about the factorial method. So what I am going to do with the main method. So what I am going to do with the main method. So within the main method, public static void main string argument, what I am doing, I have created an object of a scanner class. So why I have created an object of a scanner class now? I am going to read the value from the input device, standard input device, that is from the keyboard. So I have created an object of a scanner class. Scanner in is equal to new scanner of system.in. And then I am asking the user to give the n value. So system.out.println enter n. It will be displayed. Okay. And then I am reading that n value from user will give n value that I want to read. So int n is equal to in dot next int. What is in? Can anyone tell?
Object of scanner class, no?
Very good. IN is an object of a scanner class. And usually I used to have SC. Anything you can have there won't be. It is an object name only. You can have anything. So if I change the scanner class object as SC, so here also I changed this as a SC. Okay. So scanner SC is equal to new scanner of system.in. SC is an object of a scanner. And then through that object, I am reading the integer value. If I want to read the integer value, then I have to go for using the next int method. If I want to read the double value, which method I have to use?
Next double.
Next
Yes,
double.
I have to use next double method D capital. If I want to read one word,
Next.
next. If I want to read, very good. If I want to read one word, then I can go for next. Method name is next. If I want to read a line of text,
Next line.
Next line.
next line, L capital letter. If I want to read float,
Next,
Next
float.
float. F capital.
yes, next float F capital. Okay. So here I want to read integer, so I call the method nextInt, sc dot nextInt. So I'll read one integer value that is stored into n. Then I'm calling the method factorial of n. So now the program execution will come and execute this method, factorial method from here to here. Okay. So as I told, whenever you execute your program execution in Java starts from a main method. So first it starts the execution from here. So it first create an object of a scanner class, and then it is asking the user to enter n, and you are reading the n value, and then you are calling the method factorial. So you are calling the method factorial, now it will come here. So factorial method starts from here and it ends here. So this one I told already. So when I call the value factorial method by passing some value, it will come and for example 4. If I have given 4, so n value here is a 4. Then here I am having system.out.println. So whatever I have given within the double quote, that will be displayed as it is, and the value of n will be displayed. Am I going fast? Am I going fast or is it okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So within the double quote, whatever I am giving, that will be displayed as it is into the screen, and R is equal to 0. So as I told, these 4 lines are used to identify what are the pending method calls which is there in a system. So in this program, what are the pending methods are there that I can able to get by using this 4 line. So first I am creating an object of a throwable class. Through that object I am calling get stack trace method. So that is going to return array of object of stack trace element. So here the array name which I have given is a frames. So that array contains pending methods. Frames array contains pending methods. So by using for loop, what I am doing, from that array, I am taking each element. From the frames, I am taking each element that is placed into F, and then I am displaying that F value. Okay. So, and here, this is a normal code which is to find the factorial by using recursive. So, if n is less than or equal to 1, then R value will be 1. Else, R is equal to n into factorial of n minus 1. I am calling the same method again. That is recursive calling. And then I am displaying the value of R, and this method returns the R. Okay. So, I am going to execute this. What is an error? No. Java. Enter n. Okay. What is the error? Can anyone tell? I identified you. What is an error? While
In the line 32, we
Huh?
use system. In the line 32, we use system.in.
No. Actually, we are using a standard tutorial point compiler now. So here we have to give an input. It is asking input, but that input is not there in this compiler. Clear? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is asking the user to give the input. You see, we have to give the value now. Enter n. It is expecting the input value. That input in this compiler we have to give here. That I have not given there. That's right. Now I have given. Let me execute. Okay, you see. The input which I have given us 4. So what is the factorial value of 4?
24.
Yes. You see, at each point of time, how many methods are in a pending state, that I am getting. Okay. So enter n value, and the n value which I have given is 4. So first it is calling factorial of 4. That time, how many methods are pending? Factorial method is there, main method is there. Main also a method. It is also in a pending state. It is not yet completed. Okay. So we are calling recursively with a factorial of n minus 1. N minus 1 now it is 3. So that time 2 factorial pending and 1 main method pending. So next I am calling factorial of n minus 1, that is factorial of 2. So 3 factorial methods are in pending and 1 main method. And then I am calling factorial of 1. So 4 factorial methods. 4th time I called the factorial. Same method I called for 4 times. And then 1 main method is also pending. When it unwinds, when the calling of a method is over, that time it returns 1, 2, 6, 24. So the factorial of 4 is 24. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
When I called
Yes,
the
ma'am.
factorial method with the value of 4, that time I called the factorial method once, and it is there in the main method. Already we are in the main method. And we are calling the factorial with the value of 4. So that only these 2 lines we are having initially. Okay. And next, I am calling the factorial method again by n minus 1. That is 4 minus 1, 3. So that time, how many methods are pending now? Already main method is pending, and I call the factorial 2 times. Okay. And next time, when a factorial of 2 I did, then factorial 3 times I called factorial method. Main method is already also in a pending state. And when I call factorial of 1, and I call the factorial method for 4 times, factorial of 4 once, factorial of 3 once, factorial of 2 once, factorial of 1 once, and then main method, and at last it is returning values. Okay, BC.
BC.
Answer is BC. That's all. And is there any doubt till now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Thank you so much. You can go for lunch.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.